with us this afternoon. Could you please let us know what your name is?
My name is Luke Hagyard Fallon.
And Dr. Fallon, what job do you do and where do you work?
I work at Hagyard Equine Medical Institute. I'm the medical director for the entire hospital, and I'm an equine veterinarian, and I do primarily reproductive work and sales evaluations.
Okay, so you've spoken some about the scope of your work. What about your job responsibilities?
My job responsibilities would include, here in central Kentucky, we have large thoroughbred breeding farms, so I handle a lot of neonatal care, a lot of herd health, a lot of reproductive work, as I said before, trying to get the mares back in full, in addition to taking care of stallions. And then also with the public auctions and private sales, I will help match up buyers and sellers and satisfy their needs as well.
And can you spend a little time telling us about your background, maybe your school or your life experiences that led you to this point?
Sure. I was born and raised here in Lexington. I'm a fifth generation veterinarian. My father was an equine vet as well, and he was my mentor. I went to school here in Lexington until high school, then went away, went to Notre Dame undergrad, went to Cornell for veterinary college, and came back to Hagyard and did an internship there and have been there for 25 years.
And I know it varies from day to day, but what would a typical day be like for you?
So a typical day for me varies from season to season. The time of year, because of in central Kentucky, the foaling season starts in mid-January. The last foals are typically coming, mid to late May. Get the odd foal that comes in June with an older mare. We'll be doing a lot of the reproductive work then as well, trying to get the mares back in foal when the sheds open up in mid-February, and they close typically around the 1st of July. This time of year, we do a lot of sales work with the breeding stock sale that's taking place here at Keeneland currently in November. The yearling sales in September, and then we have another sale in January too for horses of all ages.
And if you had to choose one thing or one aspect of your work that is the hardest, what would you say is the hardest part of your job?
Of course, being a veterinarian, you have to love animals to do what you do, and the hardest thing is often when an animal comes to the end of their life. But if you're ending animal suffering, then you're doing your job, but it doesn't make it any easier. So it's hopefully you always feel that compassion and passion for what you do, but that makes it tough.
And what is your favorite thing about what you do? Also probably tough to make that call, but.
Well, great question. Honestly, I can say every day is different and every day is enjoyable with what I do. It really doesn't feel like work every day. Now, granted, 2 a.m. going on a foaling emergency is not always fun when it's blowing snow in January, but it's always an adventure and it's always new and stimulating. So it's hard to narrow it down to one thing. I'm very lucky in the sense that I work in a beautiful place in central Kentucky, work for great people and on incredible animals. It's a wonderful life.
If you had to do something over again on your path to this point in your career, what would it be?
That's another tough question because I really enjoy what I do. I might have pursued some of the specialty courses a little more in depth. A lot of students when they first come out of vet school are interested in ophthalmology, which I loved as well. Reproduction, which I did focus on. There's just so many different avenues you can go down.
And ophthalmology is
the study of the eye.
That's right.
There's so many different facets of veterinary medicine you can go into, whether it's large animal, small animal, or exotics. Equine, and with equine here in central Kentucky, you can subspecialize into reproduction, again, public auctions, private sales, surgery, theriogenology, which again is another specialty, which is reproduction, but highly specialized reproductive services in horses. So it's hard to say what I would have changed, but I'm kind of a jack of all trades at this point.
I have a last question for you. Do you have any advice for middle school or high school students that might be considering a career in the horse industry?
So for children that age, because I have children that are in that age range, and they come and ride with me in the vehicle. I'm an ambulatory veterinarian, means I go from farm to farm. Just being around horses, being in the environment, or finding somebody who can be a good mentor to kind of show you what they do. If somebody truly enjoys what they do, then they will hopefully stimulate you to have an interest in following in their footsteps. Same thing with my dad. When I went to work with him, it was just fun, and he had fun doing what he did, even though he worked very hard. So find somebody that can be a good mentor for you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Fallon, for spending this time with us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
Insights is a career awareness series for middle and high school students considering work in the horse or racing industries. Our recorded interviews give you the chance to gain insights into various jobs, hear diverse perspectives, and gather advice from people who work across the industry. These interviews are intentionally unedited to connect you to exactly what you would see and hear if you were asking the questions yourself. As you think about possible work in the industry, put yourself out there, meet people, and ask them these kinds of questions. For more information about insights and career resources, visit our website at racingmuseum.org.